in general about
in
life?
In general about everything.
To be honest, my personal belief is that it's best not to think too much about everything because we can't really understand. I don't think human beings can really understand everything. So I think it's best just to be able to understand the things that are around you, like immediately.
Myself, I'm not really sure if I believe in anything like religious or different, just the policy that you have to be happy in life, and that's my goal, is to be happy, so to keep with that.
Whatever you call it God, but there is a universal force which is behind everything what happens.
I think that we make things as humans a lot harder than they need to be, and that these are things that we could solve with each other. And just really that people kind of are our own worst enemies, and that we work against each other, not with each other.
Okay, that's a big question.
Is there anything in specific you'd like to know?
I believe in what I see. If people talk about religion, I'm not sure it exists. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but as I don't see any gods helping us, I can't say they exist, so I'm not believing in it.
I'm not really religious. I wouldn't say I really believe. It'd be nice to think there was somebody out there saying, hello, welcome, come away in when you have to go, but I don't know. Maybe it's just silence.
I believe that you have to feel free in life to do whatever you want to do, and you have to try to be happy and make the people that's around you happy too.
I do believe in a higher power, but I'm a little bit skeptical of organized religion. Going back to motivations for doing bad things, I think unfortunately religion can be a huge motivation for people to do bad things. There's been a lot of, inhumane behavior in the name of religion.
Someone once asked me at a comedy show what they thought was the secret of our long-standing marriage, and I said it was being kind to each other, and I would sort of probably maintain that. Origin of man, that sort of stuff I try not to think about, which is a bit weak, but I think if you start thinking about that, you either, I don't know, I think you end up guessing or you end up getting a bit anxious about stuff.
I don't think so. There is any religion specific the people should believe, and personally I belong to Sikh religion, but that doesn't mean anything to me. I just want to help people, and that's what I call humanity, and that's the religion everyone should follow.
That God exists. He's all around us, everywhere. He takes pride in all his children. He loves them all the same.
I believe in God. Yeah.
I believe that arts and mostly music can join people. Just like Woodstock, when 500,000 people just lived together for 3 days without fighting, without any accidents, without any deaths. I think it's the most beautiful thing that humans can make.
I didn't really think about it while I was a child, but because I was living the present and the moment.
In some ways, I've kind of fulfilled some of the things. I'm in a committed relationship with someone that I love. I'm getting the opportunity to travel to a lot of different countries and see different things and interact with different people.
I think life's taught me a few things, especially of late, to have more patience, to perhaps be able to spend a bit more time helping people is what I'd probably like to do.
So I was busy being a mum with young children, and probably then I didn't really see what was about to happen in my life. And now I have a career that I probably didn't think I would get back into, but I think I rather just probably 10 years ago thought I would be a mum to my kids.
I led a pretty lucky life. Speaking about this with my brother and two sisters, I didn't have to go through a depression and a war like my parents did. Pretty lucky life.
I think I was still young, but I've always aspired to be a performer, and that's kind of something that I've always had, singing and dancing and acting. I think it's sort of something that kept me going and something that I wanted to do when I was older, and it still stayed with me to this day.
I can't really remember what I thought when I was 8 years old. I didn't really think about when I was older. I was just kind of enjoying being a kid, to be honest. But I think I thought I'd be like, I don't know, like a movie star or like a rock star by now or something like that. But maybe later.
When you're 30, it's like you think you're just about to make it. I think they say that, you know, when you're in your 30s, you're trying to get there, and when you're in your 40s, you've sort of got there. And a year later, we did have our first. So that's pretty major. And then having your first child obviously puts everything else into perspective. You don't quite worry so much about jobs and money and stuff, because that's a bit of a life changer.
Because I work with people who have got things wrong with them and or got conditions that are maybe getting a bit worse, and it makes you think, well, you've got to do stuff while you can. Sounds a bit morbid saying that, but you know, I think you do just grab the moment and just do everything you can, fit in as much as you can, and see lots of people, have a good time, and try not to think too long range, but just hope that you'll be in 20 years' time healthy enough.
I prefer not to live a long time in a bed and ill. I prefer to live before, but en bonne santé in French. Claire, comment tu dis en bonne santé en anglais? You know, apt to move and to read and to eat alone. I prefer to die before, but in good health, you know?
Okay, I think I will be me, but I don't know, with 10 years more. I just imagine myself traveling around, having money to do what I really want to do.
Be in the future.
Yeah.
I will dead. At the time I have to go.
I don't think I will be somebody rich or anything. Well, that's not the really important thing. Just living happy, well, I hope so. With music. Traveling, if possible, around Australia. I hope in a band. Singing rock and roll. Yeah, don't really know what to say.